Hello again, folks. This is Barry with Barry's 8-track and classic car radio repair. As if you don't know by now, after 140 something videos. Anyway, tonight's victim is going to be from a 1970 Mustang. It's an AM-8 track radio out of a 70 Mustang. This one comes from Bill in North Wales, Pennsylvania, and we have done a modern conversion on it. This particular model has a really strong failure trend of the output transformers burning up, so very few of these am I willing to do a stock repair on, and so this was one of those, and it just was impractical to try to repair it to standard stock because these output transformers have not been available for decades, and so there's no point in trying to fix what you can't get. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and naturally, now it's got stereo FM. The customer has requested that we wire the conversion to his original connectors, which can be done. It just means that the unit won't be capable of its, it won't produce all its available output power on the conversion. The output will be roughly equal to what the original radio was, possibly just a touch more. But anyway, we're just going to go ahead and turn it on and make sure everything works before we ship it back to the customer. So I've got it set to FM at the moment, so let's just turn her on.
It isn't something, for example,
and since we're only using 2 speakers, you're only going to be seeing the indications on the front speakers. So real quick, let's just take a quick look at our level meters and make sure our balance control works the way it should. I'm going to take our balance to the left and to the right.
And our continuing series.
Okay, back to center.
Do you have a hard time?
Okay, so that takes care of that. Let's go ahead back to my face for a moment, just so I know where to find me a little bit later. Go back to our unit, and we're just going to run it across the FM dial. You may not see the pointer too well. You can see it a little bit. We're just going to run it across the dial, see if any FM station we pick up. It's about 8 o'clock at night, so.
One of the parties support
guy and a low of 4.
It's 10 so far.
This afternoon, around 4 to 6 weeks, hamstrings. I went shopping for amazing quality. We the answer to understanding what. You take me
Okay, I counted about 25 FM stations, so that's pretty good. Now we're going to switch it over to AM, and we do that on this particular type of unit by turning it off and then right back on within about half a second. So here we go, off, right back on, and now we're on the AM band, and we'll pick up probably 2 stations. And it is 8 o'clock at night. It's dark out, so there may not be. Okay, there's one, and there's be another one towards the center of the dial. Okay, and there's the other one that we pick up in this area. Okay, so let's go back to FM, and just to show you, if the unit is left off for more than a couple of seconds, like say for instance you walk into the grocery store to pick up a gallon of milk on your way home, come back out, turn your car back on, and it'll still be on the function that you were last using. It's still on the AM band. But if you turn it off and then right back on, then it switches bands. And now we're on the FM band. So that might take a little while to get used to. You may falsely trigger it a time or two. It just takes a little getting used to. Make sure our tone control still works. Okay, lost most of our treble there, so we'll turn it back up, get our treble back. Alrighty, and now the moment that everyone's been waiting for, what I am world renowned for, is my work on the 8-track section. I have removed the original 8-track preamp and replaced it with my special brighter sounding preamp that I've designed to try to help recover some of the lost treble on these older worn tapes that lose a lot of their treble. So let's just go ahead and pop in some Temptations. And as you can see, we got plenty of treble. And if that's too much trouble, just back off the tone control, and it sounds a little bit normal, a little more normal. Now on tapes that are really old and that sound really dull, you're gonna want that extra treble. It's a bit better to have it and not need it. Okay, switch tracks a bunch of times. Make sure that works. Nice, bright, and crisp sounding 8-track. Much more lively than before when it did work. Alrighty, so that's working just fine. We'll pull the tape out. Radio should come back on. And there we are. Okay, so that tests all the functions. We've tested our balance control, the tuning. We've tested the volume and tone controls, and we've tested the 8-track section. There is one little surprise that I put on this unit that the customer doesn't know about yet. I went ahead and snuck an auxiliary input in the side here, just in case he ever decides he wants to plug his iPod or something into it. It's there if he wants it. If he doesn't want it, then it's no big deal. It's not really hurting anything. And this type of auxiliary input will automatically switch over. The radio will automatically switch over to the aux input anytime there's a signal present at that jack. And then the customer can just purchase an adapter cable to go from these two RCAs to the little round connector that the portable devices have. I don't install the round connector because it's a poor type of connector. It's got a limited lifespan. So I install RCA jacks because I am all about long-term reliability, and anything that I put in, I don't want the customer to have to send back for any reason. So that's the idea behind that. And then just one more thing I'll point out on this particular model is the tuner buttons on these things are very thin and very brittle. Whenever you push on these buttons, you want to make really sure you're pushing only straight in with no up or down action at all, because it can snap those buttons right off. These buttons are very commonly broken and they're hard to find. I do have a procedure that can reinforce all these buttons, but it's a pretty expensive procedure. It takes quite a bit of time to do that. So with all that being stated, this unit is fully tested, ready to go back to the customer, and now I will see if we can find me in this little mix of cameras here. This is Barry with Barry's 8-track and classic car radio repair. If you have an 8-track player either for home or for car use that's in need of service, you can reach me directly at 928-533-9666. Needless to say, if you have a classic car AM radio that you would like to add stereo FM to with the additional possibilities of Bluetooth, USB, line input, and on some radios actually double the number of FM stations presets, you could reach me for those reasons also. My website is in the description below. Thank you very much for watching and listening, and thank you, Bill, for your business. We'll see you guys next time.
Having fun, driving my classic ride. Got a Mustang, buddy, it's a 69, but she ain't sounding so fine. Driving this car, I can't hear the guitar, and all my tapes run slow too. Radio smoking, 8-track that's broken. What can I do? Send it to 8-track repair center. 8-track repair center. 8-track repair center.com.
On. Okay, dial lights tested. Now everything's been tested. Okay, I'm out of here, guys.